Alright folks, what is up? This is One Big Bug and I'm coming at you with Euro Truck Simulator 2. I told you I'd be back starting today and I meant it. Now, I honestly feel a little bad about putting up that vlog because it seems like, as I said in the vlog, every time I put one up it's because I have bad news and I'm really upset and I kind of hate doing that. But on the other hand is I need to get it out and I need to talk about it because if I don't, um, well, things could go horrible for me. So my situation has not really improved, but I'm okay for now. Um, my refrigerator is where it needs to be now. I managed to get the, well, let's continue our drive while I talk. Otherwise, it's going to be a very long video of just me talking. And that's not what we're here for. So I moved the old refrigerator out, which was the hard part. Um, just because of how big it was. And, oh, I forgot what we were towing. Very long trailer. Not very heavy, very, very long. Okay. So, anyways. Um, yeah, the hard part was getting the icebox out, just because of how big it is. It's a very old bottom, no, not very old, but it's an older bottom freezer, really heavy and really wide, and it barely fits through the door, and I was moving all of this by myself. So, I got that out, and it took a little while. And then the next big hurdle was getting the other refrigerator up the steps. Because even though it's a much smaller, much lighter, newer refrigerator, it was, you know, it's still a refrigerator and it's still only me moving it. And it's not like I had a dolly. I don't have a hand truck, a dolly, call it what you will. My steering, you know, my driving's always not the best to begin with. Probably going to be a little bit more erratic than normal just because I haven't driven in a week. Well, I was going past. Yeah, I'd like to get in this mid lane before this turn happens. Yeah, so once I got the old refrigerator past the door, it was easy from there. Getting it to the door, easy. Getting it down the stairs, easy, because I just laid it down and very gently slid it down till it hit bottom. And then I just literally grabbed the back end, flipped it up and over onto its top, dumped it over onto its other side, and then picked it back up onto its wheels. It's an old refrigerator, we're getting rid of it. The county recycle center is going to come pick it up at some point. I don't know when exactly. They're supposed to put out a they're supposed to call us. That's what I'm trying to say. When they're coming. So yeah, that's gonna be handled. Getting the other refrigerator up the steps wasn't too bad. I did scrape one side a little bit because basically what I did is I got the refrigerator up on the bottom step, then I laid it down and just pushed it up until I couldn't anymore. Then I stood it up and dragged it another step up, and then the final step was really tough. I had to have my wife just keep the refrigerator from tilting over. It was mostly balanced, so there was like almost no weight. She just had to put her hand on it, and that was it. And then from there, I went back around the house, because, you know, I was blocking the doorway at that point, and came back behind the refrigerator, tilted it back towards me, and managed to walk it up to the step enough to where I could tilt it up onto the step. And deal with it there. But it did give us a little bit of a heart attack, though, I got to admit. It's been a couple days since we got it. We got it on Saturday. We didn't think we'd be able to put it in until after my mother-in-law left today to go and pick up people. That's all I'm going to say. And for some reason, she let us do it regardless, so, you know, that's what I've been working on until about an hour ago. Which came as quite as a surprise to me. Came as quite a surprise to me. But when we got it here and plugged it in, the lights turned on, but the compressor didn't. And my wife and I were freaking the fuck out. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to swear there. We were just really freaking out. My wife was to the point of tears. And I was angry because if this refrigerator didn't work, not only was that more problems for us, because the refrigerator that was keeping the food at least preserved to some point is now outside. So it's kind of like, well, now what? I'm thinking the only thing I can do is pull the refrigerator around to the side of the house where there's a plug it back in, and move the food outside for now until we can get another refrigerator, and then take this refrigerator out immediately and just dispose of it. So I went outside to grab the big refrigerator and started moving it, and the next thing I know, my wife calls me. And she's just calling, and I said, what's going on? And the refrigerator had turned on. And the relief that just rolled off the both of us was just unbelievable. If I wasn't so tired already and feared that I couldn't stand back up, I would have dropped to my knees at that point. I really would have, and yes, I did give thanks. I'm very thankful for that. That would have been a bigger problem than what we could have dealt with at the moment, and it was really scary for the time that it didn't kick over. But it finally, I guess, reset, something clicked, and she kicked in. And within the hour of us closing it up with all of the food now packed away in it, the freezer is already really cold. I don't have it turned up super cold. As a former appliance salesman, I'm going to try one more time. See if that holds it all at a slightly better rate. Something else I'm going to talk about if I have time after this. I also forgot to start the 64-bit version, but whatever. We'll roll with this for now. But yeah, the freezer is really, really cold already, and it's already starting to freeze stuff. The refrigerator's taking a little bit longer, but you know, that's a refrigerator for you. So I'm really happy and excited about that. It means a heck of a lot to me that it's working and that things are getting cold and things are being chilled. I was supposed to go that way. Dangers of talking. Well, you know, I think if I do something like this, just keep going around the cloverleaf, maybe I can pull something off. Honestly, what I should be doing is looking at the map. But this is how I'm going to do this. Now, sadly, I don't think... Well, yeah, getting on the cloverleaf here will put me in the right direction. Fortunately. That's what I was saying earlier. As a former appliance salesman, I used to sell appliances for Sears for a little while. All kinds of appliances. Including refrigerators. I knew that... Oh, I know that turning it all the way up to like 9, it actually is not going to help it chill any faster. It's just going to make things much colder when it finally reaches temperature. The temperature is going to be much lower, so it just set it to its normal temperature. It's cooling quite nicely. So, and even though it's smaller, everything that we have fit into it quite well. I think the freezer is actually bigger than the freezer on the bottom freezer fridge I just moved out, and I think that the thing is the refrigerator part is smaller, but the freezer is actually bigger. And having the freezer on top is actually very helpful because my wife, I want to say my wife and I, but I don't get to access the refrigerator that much anymore, at least for now. My wife and I, my train of thoughts lost them. I'm recording this not long after moving everything because I fear that if I waited, I actually wouldn't record again because I just would be too tired later to do it. No. No. God, I hate that. That is just wrong on so many levels. Hello, car. Yeah, so, I'm a little worn out from that, to say the least. But, anyways, GTA 5 is out, I guess, right now. And I actually could go and get it if I wanted to. And I do want to, but I'm just waiting for something, and it's going to be a couple more days for that to happen. And I may just go pick it up. I may wait too. I don't know, to be honest with you, because there's other stuff I'm eyeing and that be coming out. I gotta be careful about how much of a debt block I put myself behind. I want to make sure that things that need to happen before I go spending anything, because I've actually been approved. I did it because I thought I wouldn't be approved. I did it for the PayPal credit line, and I was very surprised when I got approved for that. I've always been rejected from it. Usually I just apply to it after I get tired of seeing the screen pop up saying, you can get this, and all you have to do is apply here. And I get really tired of that, so I just go to the apply and then I let them fail me out. You know, I just go there and I apply and I just fail out. And then I stop getting the screen for a while. And much to my surprise, I was approved. Now, that's not, I don't really actually want the credit, but I may end up using it. I'd love to get GTA 5, but one thing I would actually like to do with it is SLI my video cards, or get a better video card. I'm pretty sure that my processor and my memory are still good enough to maybe not run things on the highest ability, but to run things fairly strong. I just want them for, you know, I just think if I upgrade my video card, it might, you know, be better. It might work better. So my first thought is, again, to still, as I mentioned before, SLI before upgrading. I think that would work better. But only time will honestly tell. I'm not really 100% sure what I want to do yet. A large part of me doesn't want to do anything with it at all because I've already got 2 credit cards I'm paying for. And right now, I got something I got to pay back in May. Right at the beginning of May, I got something I got to pay back. And my cell phone bill's a little screwed up right now, which is real fun because it's like the first freaking bill. So, yeah. It's always fun, isn't it? And it's just what happened is my check for the cell phone bill has not shown up yet. The check we sent 1 week from today, actually. We sent it last week. Has not applied to the account yet. And they're telling me, well, you know, to avoid any more problems, you can pay electronically. And I'm going, the only thing you allow electronically, okay, is electronic check, which is hilarious because this is Verizon. But I can only pay through the website with electronic check. Go figure. And the account that I have, oh god, this again. The account that I have won't allow for electronic check. Yeah? Well, no pole. But there certainly is a guardrail. Oh, we got it. So, I actually want to, yeah. We can't pay electronic check. You know, my wife, myself, we can't do that because the accounts that we have don't allow for electronic checks. You know, we have an attached card to them, and we could use the card. You know, it's like a debit card. You know, we could use that, but or one of those credit debit cards rather. We could use that, but there's nothing on their site saying that they take that. So it's like, you know. But I think I may have missed something. I'm going to go back and look when it's time to pay the cell phone bill again anyways. So I'm just hoping the check is showing up and that they've actually put it through and it just hasn't posted yet. They said, you know, get 7 days, I can contact them back because I know we sent the check. We do not want to screw up this credit card bill for any reason. Not credit card, although we don't want to screw those up either. We do not want to screw up these cell phone bill for any reason whatsoever. We have our cell phone, we like our cell phone, and we want to keep using our cell phone. Again, no light post in the middle of that, thankfully. You know, theoretically, if I avoid a lot more, if I don't get a lot more of these exits, and it stays highway, theoretically, I could end this video today. I actually have skins on the side waiting, or at least a skin, that will hopefully work for the Volvo new skin, because, like I said, I think that other one I didn't pay attention was actually for the old Volvo. I might as well fuel up here. I still could go quite a distance, but it's only going to allow me, if the distance sticks, I'm only going to have about 460 kilometers left. Only. My car gets an average of about 250 per tank. But I'm going to fill up anyways. Alright. Now we got a full tank of gas. Diesel. Petrol. Call it what you will. Yeah, I am actually feeling a little better. Especially with that new refrigerator in. Plus, I've already showered, so that's done. All that's left for me to do today is feed the dogs. So I'm in a pretty good place right now. Attitude-wise, I'm feeling better. For me, I don't know if I'll be able to do it in May because I think maybe I've got too much stuff, but I might be able to get a used one, which is what I'm going to kind of be looking for. What I want to do is get a grill, one that has the burner on the side. I've never actually I've used gas grills before, but not one with a burner on the side. And I basically want it so I can cook. I can just fire up the grill outside, and if I need to put something in a pot, I could use the side burner, which I'm pretty sure that's what they're for. They're not just like keep warm burners. That's what I'd really like. And, like I said, I could cook. The only thing is my wife would still have to go to the refrigerator to get the food, which sucks. We wanted to honestly put the fridge in here, but there were too many complications. Space being one of them, even though I pretty much think I figured out a way to get around that. There still would be the problem of plugging it in. We'd had to run a cord through the kitchen, and we don't know how a certain somebody would have reacted to that, so we didn't do that. We just put it back where the old one was. Would have been much better if we could have put it in here. But, you do what you have to do to survive. And today, me and my wife were supposed to make phone calls and send out letters to low-income housing and HUD authorities and whatnot, but because of the refrigerator move, we didn't do that, so hopefully we're going to do that tomorrow. I've just got one issue. I'm going to be straight up with everybody about this. My wife already knows it, we've already talked about it, and my wife is actually in agreement with me. Oh, stop. I've had too much bad day bull to care about that right now. my wife is actually in agreement with me on this. I don't trust you. And that is my dog, Koa, my Chihuahua. A lot of places are no pets, and that's not going to fly with me. And my wife, same thing. My wife said we can't abandon him, we can't leave him. We definitely can't leave him here, he won't be taken care of. And I've grown I've grown way too attached to him to give him away. I will suffer living under the conditions that I'm living till the day that my mother-in-law or my dog dies before I give him up. He means too much to me, and I was surprised again, like I said, that my wife was saying the same thing. We can't just leave him. We can't abandon him. He's my dog, and he's gonna stay that way. So that will put a kink in moving. It will make things difficult, if not impossible. But I refuse to let him go. I refuse. You know, I knew that I'd be attached to animals. I've had dogs in the past, and I've given dogs that I've had away, and I felt sad about it, but not to the point that I feel that even just the thought of giving Koa to somebody else, you know? Just the thought of that. As you've probably heard, my voice crack a little bit. Yeah, just, oh, I really don't care. Just the thought of that really breaks me up pretty bad. So, you know, it's not going to happen. But one step at a time. The other thing I'd honestly like to do is set up some kind of makeshift shower outside and shower out there. I forgot we had a ferry. That'll be a good stopping point. It'll be a bit of a short video tomorrow, but it won't be terrible. But yeah. Fortunately, there's nothing coming. Otherwise, this would be a real awkward turn. I was kind of hoping to maybe find a way to set up some makeshift shower outside. Even if I don't have hot water, just shower during the day using a hose over top. That way I can virtually keep myself from having to go to the main body of the house at all. I mean, if I could do that, then the only thing my wife would have to worry about is getting food from the fridge. That's it. And even then, I might even be able to find ways around that. Smart dude. I do not envy this turn at all. Okay, we're alright. And there's only one place to go, so that's where we'll go. Oh man, I am so sore right now. You know, I was a little afraid that was going to happen. Uh, yeah. 6% damage to my truck and 1% damage to the trailer. Anyways. I actually had that thought run through my head as I hit the enter button to move. I said, you know, I got a long trailer. This could be really bad, but if the trailer's only 1%, I'll eat the 6% damage to the truck. It's fine. So that's going to be me done for this episode, folks. I'm doing better. Things have improved, and I can only improve them from here. I've got the attitude now that I'm going to make this situation better until such time as I can get out of it completely. I've got that attitude going for me, so hanging in there. But that's going to be me done for this episode, folks. I hope you've enjoyed watching this as much as I've enjoyed bringing it to you. It does feel good to be back, and I apologize for being gone for a solid week, even despite all the problems that happened. Um, I really wanted to keep going, and I should have, and hopefully I'll be able to. Again, consistency. I'll probably be 4 videos as much as I want to do 5 per week, but time will tell. Anyways, until next time, this is going to be One Big Bugger. I'm going to be signing out, and I will see you then.